brothers and sisters, and good evening. I know so many of our brothers and sisters are in India, Vietnam, Africa, Brazil, Egypt, and it is always an honor to have all of you join us each day. It's incredible, and what we're witnessing is that we get to see our beautiful family growing around the world in such a time that is so needed, talking about living a life of intention, talking about spirituality. And it's incredible to, again, see all of us being joined from around the world, talking respectfully, talking, as we say, leaving judgment at the door, understanding, as we all know, there's no black, white, pink, yellow, brown. There is no Christian, Jewish, Buddhist, Muslim. Our souls are the same, this world for God. And it's incredible to share that unconditional love with everyone that joins us, everyone, to hold that sacred space for one another, to learn from one another, to be inspired from one another. And that's this beautiful journey that is the tree of life. We all fall under the beautiful tree of life, and the tree of life is love. And most people in this world have not been taught unconditional love. So we're teaching one another that. And as Marla and I share, we can never blame parents or grandparents or great-great-grandparents, because they did the best they could to raise us in the best way they knew how. We can't, how do we say, blame community or our culture. We cannot blame religion or politics or ego or fear, because that's, as Marla and I say, has been controlling this world. And it's time to really, as we say, look for the answers from within, and to be self-aware, and to remind ourselves to take care of ourselves, to love ourselves, to be kind to ourselves, to remind ourselves to forgive ourselves. Because sometimes Marla and I understand that we are the toughest on ourselves. We put so much pressure into our own lives versus just being, and just understanding that everything is perfect just how it is. And we, up here, the mind or the external world, creates that chaos, that negativity, that fear that we believe, because we become the thinkers of our own thoughts. And if we're thinking about worry and stress and fear and anxiety or sadness, only more of that comes into our lives, versus when we set the intention of love and peace and kindness and happiness and gratitude and compassion and light, all of these beautiful intentions, then only more of that comes back into our lives. So that's why we are so grateful to be here today and twice a week talking about the Tree of Life movement, setting our intentions for how we want to live our lives. And Marla always says, when we're living a life of intention, I love how she just shares this.
When we live a life of intention, we're living a meaningful and purposeful life. And if you think about it this way, if you're not living with intention, it's like getting into your car and driving without a destination. How do you know where you're going? And how do you know what you want when you get there? Because most of us are just driving into the storm and we don't know why. We don't know what to expect. We don't know what we're looking for. But intention helps us stay focused, helps us ramp up passion and positivity in our life. And we're talking intention of how we can show up for the world. How do we want to show up for the world? It's our responsibility as human beings to show up for humanity. And the tree is for the world. We are for the world. And that's what we want to talk about with you. How are you going to show up for the world? What intentions do you want to live by today? What are your words for the world, for you? And the intentions are a way of life. So how do you want to be for humanity? We want you to share that with us today. That's what we're going to be talking about, your intentions for you, for the world.
I love that. And what Marla was sharing is so powerful, because when we remind ourselves to wake up each day in a state of gratitude, because think about it, we opened our eyes. Think about how many people didn't open their eyes today because of sickness or COVID or old age or tragedy or whatever that may be. As I witnessed a beautiful soul transition yesterday, who I've known since I've been here with Marla and our children for over 30 years. And I'm going to dedicate today's beautiful call to I'm going to call him my grandfather, Nate Effune, who has inspired myself, my wife, our children, who I'm honored to call a friend, to teach me things on his journey. When I opened my business, he actually gave me my first dollar, a United States $1 bill, to put in my office for blessings of success and abundance and everything good for our lives. And this is so beautiful, the lesson, when we can take that lesson of gratitude, of we're happy for one another. We want everyone to be successful for one another. We want to work in peace and abundance and inspire one another together as a family. And one of our beautiful rabbis spoke yesterday about him being married to his wife for 68 years. And the rabbi asked his wife, what was the key to marriage? What was the key to your successful life of 68 years of being married? And she said, I put him first. And the rabbi said, as he sat there in such weak condition on his last breaths, he took all of this strength in his body to raise his hand and point to her to say, I put you first. And there's no more beautiful message to share with you guys today about we have to put all of us first. This world, others, but my wife, my kids, my brothers and sisters that are seeing this right now first, to love each other unconditionally and stop about all of the politics and the religion and the color, and I'm better and someone is better because of color and religion and money and politics. It is such a lie. We've been programmed to think this for thousands of years. And it is the furthest from the truth when we can understand to be selfless and put everyone in front of us first, as Nate and Eva had done their whole lives for 68 years, and that trickled down to to their children and their grandchildren and their great-great-grandchildren. And this is what Marla and I get up every day for, is to put you first, to put every one of our brothers and sisters in this world first, and to love one another unconditionally, no matter what. This is why we're here. We have to let go of the ego. We have to let go of the fear. We have to trust our hearts and souls and look from within for that answer of what feels good versus what the people in our lives, whether it's family or community or religion or politics, continues to tell us what will make us happy, what will bring us our bliss or success. You all realize what is right and what is wrong. Your intuition, your heart, your soul, your gut is never wrong. Trust that. Feel that. Speak your truth. Be your authentic self and live a life of intention. Live a life of gratitude and love and peace and happiness and how blessed we are. And again, Marla and I were blessed to have Nate Effune in our lives and all of our family celebrations and many celebrations and holidays and holy holidays. And again, we do not realize sometimes in our lives how important something or someone is until it's gone. Again, gratitude. Again, I said we woke up today and opened our eyes. We have a roof over our heads. We have a bed. We have water. We have food. We have hands. We can feel. We are so blessed. Start counting all the incredible things that you have in your lives and watch the miracles unfold, and then realize these gifts we've all been given are to help others, whether it's just saying hi, asking how someone is, giving someone clean water because we have more water, or food because we have more food, or money because we have another extra dollar, or whatever that may be, your time. This is intention. This is the tree of life. And we all again fall under the umbrella of the tree of life. We are already one. Every one of our souls in this world are connected. Again, we just forgot, and we were told to be separate because this world wanted us to be separate. And again, it is the furthest from the truth. Again, we are one. Stop looking at the external of an individual and see the heart and soul and the goodness within everyone. It's there. It's just covered up with all of the programming and fear. So thank you for allowing Marla and I to start off this beautiful call today in that honor of gratitude. And that is the most beautiful intention that we can live by. And I want to start off with our dear brother Garba, who I know has joined us before. And Garba, you are more than welcome to please add to this conversation of living a life of intention, and just share anything maybe that's coming from your heart that you would like to share with all of us.
Well, firstly, I'm saying good evening to all of you. From my side, it's evening right now. I am from Nigeria, northern part of the country. Also, I am Muslim. So I am so happy to be part of you. By this moment, having a topic about tree of life. Well, though I don't have a little bit more idea I can say, but let me do my absolute best because my English is not all that enough. About life as a human being, you're supposed to get be kind to the people, and then try to love one another in any condition that you got yourself, whether in difficulties, in whatever. Try to show kindness and try to love, show love among yourself. Then this can definitely help, because loving one another is very important. This will show that you are a very good person in this world. So I can say this a little bit idea that I have, because this is the first time I join you. So though I can say this is okay, I'm sorry to say stop by this time, okay? I'm sorry. So this only I have.
Oh my goodness. One, thank you for joining us, and thank you for having the courage to join us to practice your English skills, because they're incredible. And Marla and I say, even if someone is speaking their first word of English, we're here to continue to support you and inspire you to practice, to only better ourselves every day and never be sorry, because we're all working hard at bettering ourselves every day. And what you spoke about is so correct about love, love for self, love for one another. And I know I saw you kind of, would you like to add to what Garba was saying? Because it was so beautiful. I know I spoke for a while.
Oh yes, it's so important to see the love in one another. But it's not the love, Garba, I think that you're talking about that most people think of. Because when we're thinking of love, we sometimes we think of our emotions of a love, in a relationship, if you're boyfriend and girlfriend, or we're talking about a different type of love. We're talking about love for the world, an important type of love. What do you think, Garba? Did we lose him?
Oh, I think Garba has bad Wi-Fi connection.
You
So
can go on to Lila.
yeah, we'll go on to Lila until I readmit Garba from Nigeria. So Lila, welcome, our dear brother. So grateful to have you here. How are you? Oh, Lila, you have to unmute. Can you unmute, Lila?
Yes,
There you go. Wonderful. Welcome, our dear brother.
yes. Thank you very much. Yes, Cotton Mala, I have lots of questions. Can I ask you later after 5 minutes?
Yes.
Some my friends she's near about. She would like to join with you. Then I'm sharing this link.
Yes, please.
And
Yes.
thank you for asking.
Yes. Would you
Yes.
like me to come back to you in about 5 minutes? Is that
Yes, yes.
okay?
Yes.
Wonderful.
It is okay.
So then
Yes.
we're gonna go on to Shivi. Hi, Shivi.
Sorry. Hi there.
Hi, Shivi.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Oh, so blessed, so grateful. I know you already know that,
Oh.
but we're here, and it's such an honor to be here with all of you. And again, talking about intentions and living a life of intentions. And we know who you are, and you are such a beautiful soul, such a bright light at such a young age. You are
Thanks.
an old soul. And why don't you share who you are, how old you are, where you are in the world, and maybe add a little bit about what Marla and I are talking about today, about intention and gratitude, or what you would like to add to that conversation.
I will. I would just want to share a story, just inspirational story. Yeah, which I have read in this book. So first I have to introduce myself. So good evening, everyone. I'm Shivi. I'm from India. I'm an eighth grade and 15 years old, and I'm very glad that I'm here to talk with Marla and Scott, because they are so kind and humble to talk. Like they're always ready to help each other. Yeah. So great. So I just wanna share a story. The story about a camel and his mother, a baby camel and his mother. So it's a very interesting story. So in the story, there is a baby camel and his mother. So the baby camel asked his mother, "Mom, can I ask a question? Can I ask some question?" The mom said, "Why, son? Something is bothering you?" So the baby camel said, um, the baby camel asked the question, "Mom, why do we have humps?" So the mom said, um, because the humps store water, because the humps have capacity to store water. That's why we have humps, and it's very important, like camels. So okay, so the baby camel said, "Okay, fine." Then the next question he asked, "So why do we have long legs and rounded feet?" So the mom said, "Because it helps us to walk in the desert, and we are able to walk in the desert better than anyone does. So it's very important." So the baby camel said, "Okay, fine." Then third question he asked, so he asked that, "Why do we have thick, long eyelashes?" So mama said that, because it helps us to, it's just like a protector from the sands, like desert sands. So it's kind of protector. So the baby camel said, "Sometimes it's disturb my eyesight." No, eyes. Like when you walk, no, yeah. It sometimes disturb my eyesight. Okay, so Mama Camel said, "Okay." Then after some time, after thinking these answers, the baby camel said, "Okay, mom, the the humps store water. The humps store water, and big leg and rounded foot helps to walk in the desert, and long thick eyelashes help us. It's like a protector. It protects us from the desert sands. And so why we are like, what's good in the sorry I don't know what to say, but what good what we are doing here in the zoo. So but the moral of the story is, I really love it. So the moral of the story is, abilities, skills, knowledge, experience are only useful if you are at the right place. If you're in the wrong place, it doesn't help you. So it's very important to be right place. Like if you have any kind of ability, if you love to sketch, so if the person is interested that yeah, you're sketching, if the person is encouraging you that you can do it, so it's very important. Or if the person is encouraging you, so of course you will love to draw more. If the person is discouraging you, so you are not going to sketch or anything more. So yeah, that's the story. I don't know if you get it.
No, it's beautiful.
Did you get it?
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
And
That's great.
because if you're an angry person and you're trying not to be angry, but you're still behaving angry, then there's no point. There's no point to it. Or if you're violent and you're trying to be nonviolent, but you stay violent, there's no point. So Shivi, if I have a question for you, if you're being encouraged by someone, as you said, to draw and to continue to draw because that's what your love is, your passion is, and then you find yourself amongst people who discourage you, what do you do? How do you handle that?
I will ignore them because it's my passion. I know what's my ability and what I'm able to do. So I just ignore that person. I'm just going to leave that person. Yeah, that I will do.
And you keep going.
Yeah, I'm keep going.
Mm.
That is so brilliant, and it's something Marla and I have learned as well, that even someone that is not being mindful or kind is we never know what that other person is going through. They may be in a lot of pain or suffering, or they witnessed tragedy or loss of a life or loss of a job, and they may be just lashing or reacting out, not just to you, but maybe to everyone that comes into their lives, meaning they're in a lot of pain. And yes, we do not want to surround ourselves with that. And that was a very great answer, to move away, to disconnect from that person. But we should also send them blessings and love and light and happiness and peace, so that they can have it, regardless if they acted out toward us very negatively, because they may need just that from you. If we're asking someone to change and we don't say prayers for them or send them good intentions, then we're just being selfish. We're just wanting that in our lives and are thinking just about ourselves. So it's really, it's a great lesson you just shared. It was so profound, because
I want to ask a question.
yes,
Yeah, someone is saying someone is saying to me that be selfish, be selfish.
oh, your question,
And I'm,
someone's telling you to be selfish?
yeah, someone is saying me that be selfish, Shivi, be selfish. And I'm just saying, what? Be selfish. And I have learned in the tree of life that be authentic and help each other. Don't be selfish. I'm just saying that, oh my God, you are teaching me wrong lesson. So yeah,
So
just said that person.
Marla and I will shift that a little bit in the proper wording for you that you'll understand. And you're correct what you said, how you responded, because how the question or the statement was given to you. It's not about being selfish, but I know your heart, as Marla and I well know. You give everything of yourselves. You want to help everyone, not just your family, but your friends, your other students, your community, and you're always giving of yourself, which we understand. That's what Marla and I do always as well. It's not being selfish when we say you should remind yourself to take care of Shivi, to make sure you're filling back up with the things that you need in your life, to make sure you're loving yourself, to be kind to yourself, that you have peace in your life, to continue to have wisdom and knowledge in your life. It's the same thing. Is they say when we're flying on an airplane, the flight attendants will say, as they talk about their program before we take off into the air, they say if an oxygen mask drops, they will tell you to take for yourself first, meaning put the mask on first, then help others.
Mhm.
Because if we don't have oxygen for us to breathe, then we cannot help someone else next to us. So that statement was just maybe shared incorrectly, but now you can understand that you need oxygen to continue to talk and breathe and walk and live.
I get it.
The same as you need wisdom and knowledge, or happiness, or kindness, or forgiveness and love for Shivi. So it's not
I
being
get it.
selfish. I know you get it. Anything you want to
I
add?
get it.
Yes. Well, I think it's a really good topic, Shivi, because many people around the world don't love who they are. They don't love who they are. And as we've shared here before, hurt people, hurt people, hurt people, hurt people. So
Oh, sad people.
if you don't love who you are, not out of selfishness, not out of vanity, not out of being selfless, but out of true love for humanity. Because if we are all one, if humanity is one, it's crucial to love who you are and to believe in yourself and to trust yourself and to have faith with yourself, to have that self-knowledge. Because then this comes out to the world. You can only help others when you are, as you said, authentic. And if you don't love who you are, then you're not authentic. You must have love for yourself in order to help another and love another. Because then it's not true, it's not real. But it's not out of being selfish. It's not out of vanity that you love yourself. When you look in the mirror and you say, I love you to yourself, that's not selfish. We're selfish when we become greedy, when all we do is put labels on things on the external and start thinking that I'm better than someone else. That's when you become selfish. When you can't love anyone else other than yourself, that's becoming selfish. But loving yourself is not being selfish. Does that help?
Yeah, I get it. Thanks.
You're good.
Actually, I want to ask one more question. If someone is helping you, so you have to be thankful to him or her, right?
Yes.
Or not?
To who?
It's very important to say thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I have to say.
Yes. And that is gratitude, because it was also a lesson and a gift. And that's the thank you is such a powerful word, right? Because sometimes we may forget to say thank you. And even if it wasn't coming from love or a good place, or you may have perceived it to be negative or hurtful, say thank you and send them with blessings and love and wish them well. And because it still is a gift, it still is that lesson that you know what is right or wrong or what feels good for you. And everything is a gift.
Shivi, thank you to everyone that you encounter with. Think about if you have to go to the store and the person working there. Thank you. Without them, it would be difficult for us to get the things we need. Thank you to the person who held the door open for you. Thank you for the bus driver. You know, can you think about it now? If we now scale it out to the world and everyone had gratitude for one another, what the picture might look like? If we all said thank you, even if the lesson may not have been what we wanted it to be, but we still said thank you because we learned from it.
Yeah. And to add to that, Shivi, that Marl and I have learned on this beautiful journey that everything in our lives is a gift. Everything in our lives is a lesson. And that sometimes the lessons and gifts can be very, very hard to receive, because they can come in the form of sickness or tragedy or loss of a job or pain or suffering or witnessing what's happening in the world. But if we can look at those gifts and those lessons happening for us, because they bring us to the next place in our lives, and it makes us who we are today, so that we can share those gifts and lessons with someone else that may not understand what we may already know. And I know you've heard Marla and I say this time and time again, that we're all teachers, that we are given the wisdom, our platforms, our gifts to share with others that may not have them yet. But most importantly, we are all students our whole lives. We never stop learning until we take our last breath, until we transition. And that's why we share to be open to receive, the art of allowing, because just listening to someone speak, you can receive so much, because we were programmed or taught to react, to be defensive, to prove a point that I'm right and you're wrong. And if we think that way, that I have to win and I have to be right, that means someone loses. And we're not here to lose. We're all here to win together. And that's the importance of sharing this light, that love, that gratitude, that thank you to everyone that comes into our lives. And you, at such a beautiful young age, even though you are a very old soul, have your whole life to share that wisdom at such a young age, to inspire and have them feel and think the same way. And it is so powerful, Shivi. And we're the ones that are grateful that you're here to teach Marla and I. So I just want you to know you are as
I
important
know.
to
I
this.
think I'm very thankful. We all are students, exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
So Shivi, what's your word for the world this week? Is it gratitude?
Uh, it's very important. No, today I learned that be thankful to everyone. If your mom is giving you a glass of water, just say thank you to him. If your father is giving to anything, if your friends are helping you, just say thank you to him or her. It's very important. It shows respect to another person, in front of another person. Yeah. It's very important to say thank you or thank you very much, like good words. Yeah.
And even if
Right.
even if your perception of the gesture might be bad, because it's just a perception, there's no good or bad, we still say thank you. We still say thank you.
Yeah. I get it, really. If the person, because the person is trying, because if you are not getting your point, but the person is still trying to understand, but you are not getting, so it's not his problem, but he's trying or she's trying. You have to be thankful to him or her. Yeah.
Yes.
Because the person is giving your time, and time is very important for everyone. Because now we are giving time to each other. It's very important, and we have to be thankful to each other. Yeah,
Yes.
everyone.
Oh, that's so beautiful, Shivi, and you're correct. And everyone is trying. But Marla and I are gonna again share I would say a better word versus the word trying, or a lot of people use the word hope, which is also a beautiful word. And it's in every religious book and every culture in the world. But Marla and I choose the word faith. We say that try or hope walks through fire. Faith leaps over. We say sometimes try or hope leaves doubt. Oh, I hope we're going to get through this. I hope to achieve this. I'm going to try to better myself, or I'm going to try to do this. And when we use faith, when we trust that, we say, we are going to achieve this. We are going to learn. We are going to be the best that we can be. So we shift that word, that beautiful intention of faith, because that faith will allow you to stay on that path and just leap over anything you're trying to hope or do. If that helps, right? That you're going to achieve your dreams,
Yeah.
your goals.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Oh,
Thank you.
wonderful. You're welcome. And we're going to move back to Lila. Lila, are you ready to
Yes,
talk, our dear brother?
yes, I'm ready to express myself.
Welcome, welcome.
Yes. First of all, thank you very much, both of you, and thank you very much to Scott. Scott, when you are expressing your intention of love, you are crying. That time I feel very sad myself.
Oh,
Oh,
And yes, I also find the intention of love, pure love, both of you. And I have been watching in Tree of Life movement, and you both are sharing your love of intentions, knowledge, and experience on life. I always like both of you. So I have lots of questions. I've already told you before. And today, my question is that uh, yes, I'm going to work. I'm going to every day. I'm going to work. I'm going to work to on my to my duty. But when I prepare for my duty, I sometimes I got upset. I got lose to my confidence. So what should I prepare, and what should I think in my mind to do that work, and what should my intention should be look like this?
it's such a good question, and really, I almost want to go back and ask you a question of why do you think you're getting there? Why is it pulling you back? What's
Yeah.
getting distracted or making you feel that way? Because sometimes if we ignore the outcome of it instead of looking at the truth of really what's going on, we ignore it. It's we ignore really what's happening to us. And
Yes.
typically we're holding on to something that happened during childhood. And I know you might say, how's that possible? That I'm trying to uh, go forward with my duties for work. How does this relate to my childhood? But most of us have had trauma, something tragic, whether it was another friend or a teacher or a neighbor or a family member who put us down, who may have criticized you, who may have compared you, who may have verbally abused you and said you're not good enough, who may have discouraged you in some way that now you have suffered. In some
Yes.
way
Exactly.
you are suffering, and because as children we don't know how to deal with that, we put it in a box. If you want to say, we lock it up in a box and we put it away and we never deal with it. And so later in life it shows up. It shows up in the form of feeling discouraged, feeling despair, feeling anger, feeling stress, feeling worried, feeling something that we can't achieve it because there's still this weight on our shoulders that's pulling us back. And so you're finding yourself getting into this negativity. And when I mean negativity, I mean
Negativity. Yeah.
those feelings under fear
Yes.
of not being able to achieve something because you have this block in your head, this block of thought. And thought really is memories. If you think about thought, all thought is are memories, because we're going back to our past. So when you find yourself in this negative vibration or low vibration, meaning that I can't possibly do this. How am I going to do this? We're going back to our past. So typically I would say to you, and I think I mentioned this a couple times already, that you cannot go buy a bus ticket, or you cannot go buy a train ticket or an airplane ticket and say, I want to go to the past. There's no place you can go to called the past. It's not there. It's just memories. They're thoughts. It's no longer there. So when you go there and deal with whatever pain you're holding on to, and typically the best way that I've noticed for people to do this, to be able to achieve this and really relinquish or let go of the pain that you might be holding on to that you didn't even realize was there, is to consider maybe a movie or your story, your book of your story, your lifetime. And maybe think about, Lila, think about a scene in your life, like in a movie. And how old were you in that scene? What scene is popping up in your head? What scene comes to mind? Who's in that scene? Who are the other characters in that scene? And when you can establish what was going on during that time and how you felt and really connect with that, you can understand maybe why it's holding you back in your duties today.
Yes.
And so my point is, the point that I'm trying to make is that the thoughts that are going on in your mind are just thoughts. They're memories of past, and there is no past. There is no past. We must leave that alone. And we've talked about it here before. It's like carrying a suitcase full of rocks. How can you move forward? How can you be? How can you become if you're still carrying the suitcase of these heavy rocks with you everywhere you go? And the heavy rocks are the past. There is no past. They're just memories. You can't change them.
Yes, I can. I have a friend and we are working together, but maximum time he got upset due to his family, and I don't know what's the exact reason, and maybe due to his love, he's getting upset and expressing me and telling me every day I am very upset in my life. I should not do that things. I should do that things. He's always telling me, but I don't know. I think it may be his lots of work loads and lots of work, or maybe work problem and maybe his family problem. So I have a question here. What is more important in our life? What is more important? Work, love, and family.
What do you think is more important?
Yes, I'm thinking, I don't know exactly. I'm thinking there is a different thing. There is a different thing. If you are going to do a work, then work is more important. And if we are failing to love with someone, that time love is more important. And if you are staying in family members, then family is more important.
Yes, it's whatever you are doing at the moment is your purpose. So right now,
Yes.
this conversation is your purpose. Right now, this is the most important thing, because this is where you are. You're being in the moment.
Yeah. So according to your, what is more important? What is more important?
Well,
Love, family, or?
did you say what is more important, love for family or love for work? Is that what you were saying?
Yes, exactly.
Well, what I would share with you is that it is both important, but it starts again with you. That love must, as we say, start within. Again, if we love who Lila is, not ego or vanity, but to truly love, that's unconditional love for self, then we can love our family, we can love our work. If you hear Marla and I say to everyone here, Lila, Alex, Bindu, Shivran, Raman, Shivi, everyone,
Yes.
I love you, you know
Yes,
that
thank you.
in our hearts, that's unconditional love. So when we have love for self, then we can love our family, we can love our work, we can love the people that come into our lives. Again, that's that Fibonacci, that's the beautiful tsunami of the tree of life, that we should all continue to love one another. But again, that starts from within. the love for self. What does it say? I know you've heard Marla and I talk about this every time we're on this beautiful call. Every spiritual, every religious book, every culture in the world from the beginning of time, it says in every morning prayer or meditation, love your brother and your sister like you love yourself. Which
Yes.
means to love who you are, Lila. You are a miracle. You are perfect exactly who you are. You do not need to be anyone other than you. What, again, as we say, we're made in the image from above, so you're perfect. No one in this world is better than one another. No one is worse. We are all the same. And when we can start seeing that you are perfect, which you are, and that you do matter, which you do, and you have purpose, and we love you, our family here loves you, you are supported and surrounded by love, then watch the miracles unfold. Watch how your day begins. You're starting off with love and gratitude and peace because you woke up today. As we began this conversation, we opened our eyes. We are so blessed. And when we start off on that momentum of gratitude and peace and love, that's how every day will unfold. And we also set that intention of gratitude, peace, and love before we go to sleep to say thank you for this beautiful and blessed day. And Marla and I share, we also ask ourselves, what have we done today for humanity? Even if it's just reaching one person, even if it was just saying hi, or asking how they are, or just listening. That's, again, just when we change the way we look at things, we see the goodness, the happiness. Be the change in your life that you want to see. The
Yes.
world will not come to you, Lila. You need to come to the world. One person can make a difference in this world. Do not think that you cannot. You can. Dream big. Marla and I share this. If your dreams do not scare you, you are not dreaming big enough. Dream
Yes, exactly.
big. You only contain yourself if you're thinking small within this box, because then you will only stay in this little box your whole life. You have the universe to expand into. Manifest it, believe it, think it, and you will become it. And when you think
Yes.
small or you're limited, then you will be small and limited, versus there's no limitations unless you create them.
Yes.
I know you've heard Marla and I talk about laws of attraction. Again, what we think about, we bring about. Start thinking big and positive and grateful and love and peace and everything you want in your life, Lila. And I promise you, it will take place. It will manifest in front of your eyes. Don't allow the negativity, the fear, the chaos, the external world, the people in your lives to tell you you cannot. You can.
Yes.
You can do anything you put your mind and heart and soul to. You
Yes.
must believe it, though. You must trust it. And if someone's
Yes.
telling you no, then it's time to separate you from that friend, those family members, those communities, because this is what the Tree of Life family is about, to make sure every one of you feel like you are never alone, that you are never going through something by yourselves, that you are allowed to ask questions that we have never been able to ask in our lives before, because there's no judgment here. This is family. This is pure love. And this is what we're sharing with the world. We're not talking about it. We're actually doing it together. It's not Marla and I. This is about us collectively. In the Talmud, it says, when you save one soul, You saved the world entirely. All of our souls in this world are connected. What affects you, Lila, Marla and I feel. What Marla and I feel, as you said, you felt my sadness. It wasn't sadness that I was sharing. It was tears of joy and happiness. Marla and I say that was my heart weeping.
Yes.
Of tears of joy and love for the gratitude that I and Marla and our family was blessed to know that beautiful soul, Nathan Effune, for 30 years. As Marla and I are blessed that you, Lila, and everyone here on this call are in our lives. That's gratitude. These are gifts. This is family. This is love. And again, we just are following our hearts, our intuition, to know what is right and to speak our truth, to be our authentic selves and not swallow our pain or our words because the world has taught us not to. We must all speak our truth and show the world who you are, Lila, or anyone here or anyone that's listening to that. Be authentic. And if someone doesn't love you, Lila, or anyone here or watching this, that's not your problem. That's the other person's problem. Don't you dare change. Let the world see who we are all. We are all miracles. We are all perfect. Stop trying to be someone else. Stop trying to be who this world has programmed or taught us to be. No, be exactly who you are, because we love you for who you are. We see you.
Thank you very much, dear Scott and Malla. I really appreciate both of your work, and all over the world, you are doing such a great work. I have been watching both of you in Tree of Life movement, and I really enjoy your live sessions and everything. I'm also following you on Instagram and Facebook, everything. I like both of you, really.
Thank you, Lila. Lila,
Thank you.
What's your word for the world? What's your intention when you are faced with what you say negativity or this person is pulling you out of your positivity? What's your word for the world? How are you going?
Yes.
What intention are you going to live by this week for yourself and for humanity?
Yes, we are the human being. We are getting lots of negativity. We are getting lots of negative thinking in our mind. But we should forgive to the negative thought and we should receive the positive thought. And we live in our positive way, in positive mindset and positive thinking. This is really grateful for us.
Beautiful, beautiful. Honored that you're here, and thank you for sharing, and thank you for asking your beautiful question. It was unbelievable. It inspires us. We are grateful to be able to share the wisdom that we have. And again, you'll never hear Marla and I say, this is what you must listen to or what you must believe. It's just what we've learned, what we're able to share. So I just want you to know it's a discussion that we're having together. There's no one ever telling someone what to do. It is about free choice, your decisions that you make that resonate in your heart and your soul. So I just want you to know how important that is, that someone may share something with you. It may be right, it may be wrong, but it's what you take from that and how you perceive it, but how you use it to move forward, whether you use it or not. So I just want you to know, this is why we say this is all about open and discussion and holding sacred space for one another and sacred listening to one another. So
exactly.
Wonderful. And then we're going to move on to our dear friend, Hassan. Hassan, are you there, our dear brother?
Yeah, I'm here. How are you?
Good. Are you able to turn on your camera?
No, I didn't. I'm not able to turn on my camera because I'm in PC.
Uh, no worries. Well, welcome. We're honored to have you here. Tell us a little bit about, we know who you are, but where you are in the world, how old you are, and what we're speaking about today, and maybe your word of intention, or if there's something you would like to add to this group.
Okay. My name is Hassan, and I'm 16, and I live in Pakistan, the city of Karachi, and I'm in studying at 10th grade, and I'm beginning a speaker and learning English. Yes, that's all.
Hassan, have you heard what we've been talking about today?
Yeah, you are talking about today. I just listen like barely listening because my night was so sluggish.
Okay.
So
Do you want to add, or do you want us to come back to you?
you say your intentions. Yeah, you wanna tell about the intentions.
Yes. Yes. Exactly.
Am I right?
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, our intentions we do good deeds. It's like a poor person will sit on the street like he want money. Like we just give him money. It's like it's better for us and better for him too. Like a person like in the beginning, I'm in the beginning my English so worse. Like I'm just taught that my intentions just like that. I wanna like speak English so far like a fluent. I just taught that, and bit by bit I just can do it. So just like try on, not just facing difficulties is your success. Not just get back from your difficulties. Just facing difficulties, you just get success in your life. To
Mm,
try to get your aim, not afraid of your difficulties. It's like same to me. I never I just didn't like a lot of subjects in my school, like mathematics and other subjects. But I just facing that, but I never fall. I never get back. I didn't study that subjects, and I get like brilliant marks on it. I just realized that I just authentic that just like nobody was like different. Every person like same like poor and rich, black and white. There's no different in each of them. All human. All people are human.
mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
That that was so nice.
Hassan, that's beautiful, and you're spot on. And this is exactly what we're talking about today: is living a life of intention, and how we can be for the world, and what our intentions are. And for some of us, we could live by the same intention for a long time, because we're still aiming for that, or we're still focusing on that. And most of us, you're right, success, especially success, where we base it on the external. But we're all humans, and we're all here to have compassion for one another and love for one another. But sometimes the compassion from people is coming from ego or self gratification. You're talking about true compassion for humanity, which is true
Mm,
love, not the emotional love like jealousy. We're talking about true love for humanity, for self and for others.
yeah. Mm.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Hmm. That again, Hassan, you always bring such light, even though we don't get to see your smile, which we know, and your beautiful wisdom at such a young age. You, as Marla and I say, you're such an old soul, and thank you for always sharing and bringing up laser focused, beautiful viewpoints. And yes, it's living a life of intention, as Marla said earlier. When we live a life of intention, we live a meaningful and purposeful life. It's how we get up each day and set our intentions of how we want our day to unfold. Because when we're not living a life of intention, it's like getting on your bicycle or in your car without GPS or a destination? How do you know where you're going? And when you get there, what do you want? What do you want to do now that you have arrived? So that's why we say it's that intention that we're setting, or the goals that we set. It's like, okay, we achieved our goals, but what are we going to do with them? How are we going to use that to help, of course, our family, our community, or this world? And it's so beautifully important to understand why we're here and what we're doing. Of course, we should always take care of ourselves and our families, but again, then to realize we're here to help one another. So those are the goals. Those are the
Yeah,
intentions.
I want to share one thing more. Like, I just thought about that. Like, there's a lot of billionaires in our whole world. How you can be a billionaire? In the beginning, I just heard about a lot of billionaires. Like in the beginning, they are so poor, and they are like struggle in their life and just constantly strive on it, and is facing their difficulties. And after that, he just be a billionaire. So why we can't be a billionaire too? We just do hard working and just do good deeds and just helping people and just spread the love. Yeah, there's a good way to change the world.
Hassan, that is so beautiful. And yes, and it it's so important, like you just said. Yes, we're seeing others that are suffering, and yes, it's important to give them food or water, acts of kindness. It's also more important to let them know that they are loved or they do matter. And again, have that soul to soul connection with that person, to again not enable them. Again, the old analogy, give a man a fish or teach a man how to fish. We want to make sure that we can still, regardless of that situation that person or that child is in at that moment, doesn't mean that's how their life is going to continue. When you can again inspire them and uplift them and give them the tools they need for consciousness versus being cut off from consciousness, it can change the person's life. It can save the person's life that you're having that conversation with. And again, we're all here and we can do that same thing regardless of your situation at this moment in time. So I just want you to know, thank you for sharing that, Hassan.
Yeah,
That's so
I want to say
beautiful.
one thing more. And nowadays, and in this generation, people are so selfish. They just like throw a person in under the bus. He didn't thought about the other person. What he was feeling like. He was so poor. He was so like helpless, homeless. He didn't thought about it. He just like just throw him under the bus. We're not though being selfish like that. We're not help to the peoples to coping our difficulties. Yeah, that's all.
It's so correct. And again, no judgment, Hassan, that I know you say people are being selfish. And it's, as we say, they're not awake. They they have no ideas of their actions. We can use the word self-absorbed, or we can use the word that they're asleep, and they truly don't know better, and we cannot judge, but we can again send them blessings, that they will awake, that they will understand, because they weren't taught properly. Again, if we're taught our whole lives that this is black, this is black, this is black, that's all we're going to see. So we don't know what has happened in that person's life or on his journey. And that's why we say we cannot judge, but we can maybe share words of wisdom and kindness with them to shift that consciousness, to have them be aware
Or awake.
or awake. Yes. So, and so it's easy to think, why are they so selfish? Why are they so self-absorbed? Why are they asleep? And we don't gain anything by that. But if we just take a step back and say, you know what, I'm going to have a conversation with that person because maybe this person has never been told that they are loved, or that they do matter, or that they do have purpose. And think about that. If we scale that throughout the entire world, how many people were never told that they're loved, or that they can be the best and achieve all of their goals, or that they're important, or that they are the same as anyone else in this world, which they are. So we say it's our obligation to share that with one person each day, 10 people, 100 people, 7 billion plus people should know that. And we're doing that again together. And yes, it's going to take time, but no matter what, we should not be taken out of our path of knowing what is true in our hearts for humanity. Why we're all here, why we all chose to come back in this lifetime. We chose to come back in this lifetime to do the work. And it's not easy, because the more good we all do, the harder we are knocked down and slapped, and we are tried to be taken out of that path. And it's okay. But if you believe in your heart and you feel it in your heart and you understand that it is correct, no matter how hard you're knocked down or slapped down or people try to take you away from that, you know that's why you're here. You know that's your purpose in life. You understand that's what will bring you your true happiness and bliss. It's not the external world. It's not, I need $1 trillion. It's the soul to soul connection with another, and us doing this collectively. So Hassan, thank you for that beautiful inspiration.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I have fun to take your meetings. Yeah,
So
thanks a lot.
we're going to move
Thank
on
you,
to
Hassan.
Bindu is next. And then, yes, Bindu, are you still here, our brother? I know he's been waiting so patiently.
Hello, I'm asking to Bindu. Please unmute yourself. Bindu Pai.
Yes,
have
hi,
joined.
Bindu.
Bindu, can you hear us?
He was the one that Lila added.
No.
Yes, I had it.
Yeah, hi, Bindu.
Hi, Bindu. Welcome.
Oh, you have to unmute yourself. There you go.
Okay, done.
Hi, welcome.
I'm from. Welcome, sir. Namaste. Namaste.
Namaste.
Hello, ma'am.
Namaste.
How are you?
Oh, we are so blessed and so grateful, and thank you for joining us this first time. I'm so glad Lila added you, and I'm so glad you've been able to listen to some of these beautiful conversations. And what would you like to, well, first, we would love for you to tell us a little bit about yourself, where you are right now in the world, and if there's something you would love to add to this beautiful conversation.
Okay. I was listening to the conversation. It was so nice. And myself, Bindu Tolik, I'm from Odisha, India. And now I am pursuing MSc in nursing college. And what will I say more about the topic?
Yes. Is there a beautiful word or intention that means something very special to you, or you can add to this beautiful conversation of gratitude if you would like?
Is intention like goal or what else in this life? As we all have a goal, specific goal in our life, like this, the intention. Without intention, nobody can stay here in this world. Everyone has intention. There is intentional or unintentional also. And what will I say?
Keep going with that. Keep going.
Can you help me more
Yes.
to explain?
Yes. So maybe I'll say it this way. How can you be for the world? How can you, Bindu, be for the world? What is your intention, your word for the world? What word meaning a way to live?
Way to live.
Happiness, love, joy, peace, courage, trust, faith, light.
Everything. See, we human need love, respect, recognition. No one can live here with only eat, sleep, and live. Not like that. We all are humans, so we need respect, love, safety, security, and we must have a self-realization, self-actualization. We must have a goal in our life, and like this.
Yes. But how can we do that, Bindu? How can we do that? How can we help each other? Or for those people who don't know self-realization, how can we do this?
See, all do not have the idea, and I think we should help to each other in every aspect of life. If I have some knowledge, then I must share to other. That's why the knowledge must be increased. And if someone need love, then we must give love to them. And if someone need knowledge, so we must share some knowledge to them, and like this.
Oh, that you're correct. That is so beautiful. And you're right. It's sharing the knowledge. I said that earlier. Thank you for listening. That the knowledge, and by the way, thank you for what you do. You said you're a nurse, correct?
Yes, I'm a nurse.
Thank you for all of your beautiful service and taking care of everyone. We know how difficult that is, and the courage that you have to have every day to show up to help so many others. So thank you for all that you give to so many selflessly. We're so grateful, so grateful, because those are those first responders, the nurses, the doctors, the police, all of the different military, our veterans, and we never stop noticing and saying thank you for all of these beautiful souls that allow us to live, or to allow us to have freedom. And again, all helping one another as we're doing right here. So again, back to what you beautifully spoke about, was taking that wisdom or that knowledge and sharing it with someone else and loving them and helping them and inspiring them. And that's, you're right, how we show up for the world each day as you do. So that's amazing. And we should all continue to do that. Even again, no matter how hard we're working or how tired we may be, again, yes, take care of self first. Again, we cannot give what we do not have, but then continue to do what we were brought here to do to help others. And again,
Yes.
that's so beautifully spoken.
Mm. All the people are not realizing our dedication, our works. Here, some people are there who criticize that, yo, she's a nurse. You must be a doctor. You must be an IS officer. You must be an engineer. Why you choose this profession? Some says that, but I feel proud that I'm a nurse. I can feel some person's illness. I can help anyone uh, in when someone is needed, and so I'm very much happy with my profession.
that, that is so perfect.
It is perfect.
Marla and I always share that. Good for you for speaking your truth and being your authentic self and doing what makes you happy versus what our parents or our community or the world tells us what we need to do to make us happy. And you followed your heart, your true path of what you know you need to be doing. So we applaud you.
Bravo.
Yes, bravo. So beautiful. And that is that lesson that we share with everyone. Just because society, the world, your family, your parents, your community tell you what you need to do that will bring you your happiness, if it doesn't feel right, if it is not resonating in your heart and soul, don't do it. You are the only person that can control your happiness. It's your journey. These are your choices. And no one should tell you how to live your life. You are the author of your own story. Write it exactly the way you see it. Thank you
Yes.
for sharing that. Wow, so beautiful. I just everything we talk about, and you are 100% correct.
Yes. I'm the queen in my world.
Yes, you are. Yeah. Oh, wow, that's so great.
It is. Lila, thank you for inviting Binzu, and Binzu, we welcome you back. Please
Yes, please
continue
join
to
us.
join us and
Yes, yes, definitely. I will join regularly. If Leela sir will permit and give me the opportunity, then I will definitely continue this.
yes, we would love to see you and to add to our conversation and to bring it to the world.
Yes, yes. And I'll put our WhatsApp number, and you can go to our website, treeoflifemovement.com, or you can go to our YouTube page of Tree of Life Movement. So all the beautiful stories, this will be on there, and all of our interviews, so we can continue to practice our English skills or to see all the beautiful stories we're sharing around the world. So I'll post that for all of you to see that you're the first time joining us. So you are as important to this as we all are here. So we're honored to call you our sister and honored that you're a part of this beautiful family.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Sir, where are you, both of you?
We
From
are
which country?
we are in the United States. We are in Arizona.
Yes, yes. Have you ever been to India?
No, and we have many dear friends that live there that have invited us, but due to COVID, we
Yes.
haven't had a chance. But we will be there soon. I promise you this.
Please,
I
please.
also invite you if you come. I also invite you in Bangladesh.
We will,
At my
we
my
will
home
come.
also.
We were, again, we promise we're going to be to Brazil and Egypt and Pakistan and India and Nigeria and Africa. We wait till you see what's coming. It's just beginning.
I personally request to both of you, you must come to India. Here in India, you different type of people and different culture here.
We would be honored, and as we say, patience. We will be on this beautiful journey together. So thank you for the invitations, and we're going to move on to our dear brother Alex right now, who Marla and I have been so inspired by Alex, and how Alex and Huang and how we're witnessing this beautiful community in our family grow around the world. And Alex is an ambassador of the Tree of Life movement in Brazil, and just so much that we can share about Alex, that he already knows how much we love him, as we do each and every one of you here. But the gratitude that we have for Alex is unspeakable, because of helping all of these beautiful souls come together, and how each and every one of you continue to share and spread this love amongst all of our brothers and sisters around the world. So when you hear Marla and I say that you are as important to this as we are, it is truth, it is authentic, because it is about us collectively, and we are growing together. So Alex, welcome, my dear brother, and you get to share a little bit about yourself, where you are in the world, and you already know you are family. You are stuck with us.
Hello, everybody. My name is Alex, and I come from Brazil. I live in a city called Manaus, in the middle of the Amazon rainforest. And it's very nice to be part of this. And then I just noticed that we're gonna complete 1 year of these together in May.
Wow.
Yes, in May we're gonna complete 1 year, and that is so important. We first started out every Thursdays, but then we moved to Sundays, and now we also have every Wednesday, which is awesome. Which you can come as well. We have two different times right now, which is 9:30 or 10 a.m. in Arizona. It's very easy to come because most of the times are at night or in the morning, or you can come on Wednesday. Every Wednesday you can come as well. It's so important. So basically all of these meetings that we have together, it's about sharing the love, compassion, and kindness that we have for one another. And it's so important to understand who you are, so we can get to know you a little bit better. We can love you, and then we can understand why you do the things that you do. And once we get to know you, that becomes easier to love you, to understand who you are. Yes.
Alex, thank you. And just to share what Scott said, we adore you. You are our family, and it's because of you that really we started this beautiful Zoom call. Share with everyone today what your intention is for the world, how you can be for the world. What are your words? What words are you using? What intentions are you using?
Well, my intention today is success, not just for myself, but for others as well. Uh, so I wanna see a world full full of successful people. When I say success, I don't mean my definition. I mean everybody's definitions. I mean your truth. If your if your definition of the word success is about having a healthy life, a healthy relationship, or to have, I don't know, a lot of money, or to live in another country, or I don't know, I am here to support your success, whatever that may be to you, but this will come alive. This will become a reality. I once read in a book, if you have that burning desire, if you plant the intention in your heart, this will grow. I compare and I compare intention with the car, and the gasoline with the action. So the car is the intention, the gasoline is the action. Once you have that intention, you will act based on it. And that is going to bring you success, love, and kindness.
Beautiful, Alex. Thank you.
Mm.
Alex, how would you share with someone, because this has been the question, it seems like many people are asking, how does Alex stay in the intention? How do you allow yourself to stay focused with success? In other words, when someone is faced with negativity, or someone steps into their field of energy and tells them something that pulls them out of it, whether it is you can't do that, or you're wrong, anything to make you feel other than who you are. How do you move away from that? How do you stay focused on your intention?
Well, whatever intention that you have in life, it works pretty well, what I'm going to say now. I believe that we have two kinds of lives. We have the one that is goal focused life, and the one that is values focused life. And you choose the one that you want to have. But in my personal choice, I prefer the values focused life, which is for me, it's the best, because whatever you're doing in your life, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you are working on, you're going to act based on your values. Wherever you are, whatever you have, you can always act based on your values. If your values are love, kindness, peace, and intention, have an intentional life, so you're gonna do it. You are gonna do everything with intention. And please, don't take everything personally. What others say is just a reflection of who they are or what they have been suffering. So basically, if someone tells you you are not going to accomplish it, you are not going to do it very well, just do it. Forget what they are saying. Forget what they are saying, but continue to be loving, caring, continue to bring to everybody, continue to share your values. What your values are, you should ask yourself that question. Once you understand your values, you're going to be much happier, because a lot of times we have a life that is full of goals. I want to have that car, that house. Once you buy the car, what else? Once you buy that house, what else? Once you reach that position, what else? So it's all about our values.
Beautiful. Alex, we love that you just speak our heart, our words verbatim. And as you are that beautiful light and soul in Brazil, and a true ambassador of the Tree of Life, movement of the Tree of Life intention stick, and you already realize that energy that you are putting out through Brazil is more than what people even understand. And these calls from around the world that we're having right now, or twice a week, and I can't believe it has almost been a year, which is such a blessing. Thank you again for that gift. But each and every one of you speaking, or just tuning in, or just listening, or sharing your heart, your intentions, it's not just bringing that light, that energy to your home, but to your community and to your country. It is that powerful. The measurable energy that we're all sharing together is changing the energy in this world. It's bigger than that, but I'm just sharing why this is so important, what this is actually doing about shifting consciousness, about putting positive energy into the world in a time that is so needed. Why I explain that is we've all witnessed, if we've walked into a room and you say, ooh, I want to go say hi to those people, it's because the energy that's coming from their hearts is being put out, so it's attracting you. But it's also the same when you come into a room and you're like, oh, I want to stay away from those people because they're putting out negative energy or not good vibrations. So our hearts around the world, when we're having these beautiful calls, is putting more light and love and energy into the world and the universe. So we are shifting that consciousness. We are affecting the energy, whether you know it or not. And it's always good, because through the drop of light, it will overpower all of the negativity and chaos of this world. That's the importance of what this beautiful call is also about. And we may not talk about these things, but Marlon, I promise you it's happening in a time that's so needed. So, wow, Alex, your light is just beaming throughout Brazil and affecting us over here in the United States. So thank you.
Oh,
Thank you
yes.
for your words. Incredible.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. And another thing that I want to share with you very quickly is that, as you just said about negativity, like we have the fields of intention. I think you know it very well. We have the fields of intention, and it's so important to always bring to that field of intention what you love, what you care about.
Yes.
Always try to take care of this field of intention, because if you bring to it negativity, if you bring to it violence, if you bring to it racism, if you bring to it fights, unrighteousness, if you bring all of these things, who do you think that you are going to be in 5 years, 2 3 years, 1 minute? So always bring positivity, always bring love, always bring that project that you want to do in your job. Wow, I want to do it because I know that this will be a benefit for the environment. This will be a benefit for the wildlife, for the animals and everything else. So always bring positivity to your intention, to your field of intention. I'm not saying that we are never gonna suffer, or we're never gonna have troubles in life. Yes, we're gonna have them. That's okay. We are human beings, but we are going to accept them for what they are. Just perceptions, just things that we don't own. Negativity we don't own, and we don't like it.
There's a reason we don't.
There's
know.
a reason. And yes, beautifully said, Alex. Because when we are in that vibration, when we are in that momentum, it cannot be stopped. And that's the state of mind, the state of being, the energy that will always come from our hearts. And yes, I love that you said it doesn't mean we're not going to go through our challenges and ups and downs and pain and suffering. But again, it's how we embrace it, how we move forward with it, how we say thank you for that gift. Because then again, it still will not allow you to be taken out of that momentum, and just watch the miracles to continue to unfold. And they will. And you just have to trust that. So thank you. And I want to, I could talk with Alex, Marla, and I for another hour, but I want to go on to Vino and then Ramon, because we have to leave to attend a service for, I said, in honor of this call today to our dear friend Nathan Efyun, who had passed yesterday. So I have to go to a funeral. So we're going to finish up with Vino and then Ramon.
And if any of you didn't have a chance to share today, we will be back on Wednesday.
Yes, please
and
join
we'll,
us.
And we'll allow you some time to
speak
first. Yes.
Absolutely. The WhatsApp number is in the chat or on the WhatsApp group. So please make sure you can continue to follow up and we can join in your conversations. But we're going to go to Vino. Vino, welcome our dear brother. So good to see you here again.
Hello, brothers and sister. How are you?
Blessed and grateful, our dear brother. So glad to see you. And I know you've been sitting here patiently waiting. What would you like? Well, first tell us a little bit about you, where you are in the world, and what you would love to add to this beautiful and blessed conversation we're having today of intention.
I tell one information. It is an important message for all. Mm, all our country peoples, all country peoples are divided, divided with religion, language, skin appearance, many things. I teach every day my students humanity. It is a necessary one. I tell always humanity is not a study. It is one of your feelings. It is necessary for the human. It is a sensitivity one. Humanity is a necessary one. I always teach my students. I do not want more talk. I always do my activities only in social service. 3 days before, I see one person. His age is 48. His age is 48. Past a age of 20, he is slipped on the home. His backbone, spinal cord is breaked. So 28 years, he is on bed only, do not walk. No one come to help the person. So I know the information. So I collect some money to give the person and give some fruits and motive words. He is very happy. He say one word. I do not forget your name. I know very well. Money is just a paper. Money is just a paper, not a big one. If you have 100, if you have 100 rupees, if you buy anything like food, fruits, or anything, but you eat only. I want give other people. All people have feelings. If you think in a state, a dog stand near you, you buy any biscuit, how do you feel? You you buy biscuit, how do you feel? A dog near you, how do you feel? I know very well. I think I have money. I have talked to other person. So I have buy the things, but animals are physically challenges or poor people have no money, but they are have more feeling. Okay, so I give for the other. I know very well. I do not know my life period. I do not know my life period. How many years I live, I do not know very well. But I know very well how many years I do service in the world. It is an important one. People are separate from different. They are separate from religion, caste, languages, many. Always, I teach my students: if you have lunch, you have share your friends and the others. It is a good thing. If you eat more food, you have do not waste the food. If you give any animals like a dog or bird or give some poor people, do not waste anything. Yeah, old things is yeah, new thing for the others. Last week my friend have many old dresses. I asked, what you doing? He tell, I threw the dustbin. My friend said I threw the dustbin all dresses. My friend said, I tell it is a old dress. I take your old dress for my poor student. It is a new dress for my poor student. Please give. I asked. My friends, yeah, my friend give all dresses. I give my student. He is very happy. Uh, he feel like a new dress. I know the I know the uh, my student smile is very cute. Uh, I know one thing: money to buy anything, but do not buy the smile and mercy and feelings. It is not possible. It is a God gift. I always tell my students, please help to others. It is a good thing. I tell one uh, today meeting, all are watching my speech, but uh, all people have some problem. Some problem. Uh, what 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 we are think? He's talk very good, but he is a good person. He talk very good. He is a good person. All our people think so. They are on. They are turn on the cameras. My kindly request. My all country peoples are my brothers and sisters. We are separate from different places, countries or religion, but anything. But we are connected with the single heart. It is an important one. It is a positive vibration, not a negative vibration. Uh, First, you believe all people. So my kindly request, please, 1 minute, all are turn on the camera.
Yes.
It is possible.
Yes. Whoever, what Vino is saying right now, if you're able to turn on your cameras, as we request, please turn on your camera so we can see all of your beautiful and smiling faces, of course. And and if you can't, of course, we understand. So yes, everyone can turn on their cameras. And I know there's several people here. That's always nice to see. And Vino, I don't want to cut our call short because it's so powerful, and you are such an incredible soul and what you're teaching your students, the unconditional love, the acts of kindness, the selflessness, what you did for that beautiful man who cannot move, who hurt his spine, and you're bringing him food, and you're actually visiting him and showing acts of kindness and love when no one will, literally saved that man's life. That story you just shared with all of us, or whomever that is listening, also inspires them to understand selfless acts save the world. And just reaching one person, as you just shared, allows us to feel that same act of kindness around the world, because yes, you are correct, all of our hearts and souls are connected. We are one, and we just never tune into self. We never slow down to be aware in that state of now and just listen and feel each other and feel the beauty of this world, heaven on earth as it is here now. And your words are so beautiful and so kind and have inspired Marla and I know everyone sitting here. So thank you for this gift.
I tell one.
So we would, I know there's more to add, but I am, what's that? What's that? Yes. So did you say there's something
I
you
tell
want
one.
to add?
Brother, I tell one. Many people say, brother, you come to India, come to India. But I say, people are always have separate from the country. Indian, American, we are different, but we are live in earth in single place. So we are do not make a partiality and differentiation. I want one thing. Earth is like a mother. All are child. All are child. So we are have no differentiation. If you come to India, it is like your motherland. I come to United States, it is my motherland. It is a world is for every living thing. My country now the time have a summer period, so I collect some foods and water for the birds. It is it is good for the health for the birds. I know very well. So I teach to my friends and my students always. I tell it is a good thing.
It's a beautiful, it's a beautiful thing. And Marla and I do the same thing. And it just makes us smile. And again, your beautiful, profound words are such a gift to everyone here, Dino. I know, did you want to add? I know,
Well, I want to thank you for the world, what you are doing for your students and the community and for humanity, because as Scott said, we feel you, but what you share with the children, that's our responsibility as human beings, to share these words with them, because these children need to learn kindness, giving, compassion, happiness, joy, and that's through sharing love with fellow humans. It's our responsibility. Thank you.
Sister, I tell one. I tell one. 2 days before, every day I sleep only 3 hours. Only 3 hours. I always think about the society. What I do the society. So I think always. So I always sleep only 3 hours every day. So I tell my students, I sleep always 3 hours only. My face look very ugly. I feel, but my students say you look very beautiful. Uh, I asked my student how I look beautiful. Your heart is very beautiful. I know very well, sir. So physical appearance is a temporary one, but character is permanent one. So what I do, it is a important thing in my life.
I know. Wow.
Vino, don't stay away from us too long.
Yes.
Please.
Your our next call Wednesday evening for us will be Thursday morning for you, that we would be honored to continue this conversation. And we're gonna not end with Ramon, but we're going to end, we're gonna have Ramon chime in, then we're gonna do a beautiful blessing for all of our brothers and sisters, not just here, but around the world. And Ramon, I want you to say hello and introduce yourself. And I know there's so many people here right now.
As for those who entered a little later, we shared at the very beginning of this conversation that a dear man in our community has passed away, and so we must leave earlier today than normal to go pay our respects
at the funeral.
And so Scott had shared his story at the beginning. So this is why we started a little bit earlier today. And so please forgive us if you didn't have a chance to speak today, but we'll be back on Wednesday. So we'll allow for those who didn't get to share today, you can start off on Wednesday.
Absolutely, like Juniad and Radhe and
Eduardo
Jocelyn
and
Diego and Eduardo and all the beautiful, Julia, all the beautiful souls that are not on camera right now or that are. So
please come back on Wednesday and forgive us, but we will have to end our call today with Ramon.
And then we'll do a blessing. So Ramon, welcome our dear brother. I know you've been patiently waiting. Tell us a little bit about where you are in the world, and let us know about how you enjoyed this conversation, or if there's something you would like to briefly add.
Hi, I'm Ramon. I'm from Mexico. I don't know what to say, but I enjoy this conversation because I don't know. Sometimes you know what do you have to do in your life, and this conversation have to think. I want to do that, or I don't want, or I can reach my dreams, or if is a purpose for me, or I fighting for them.
Keep going.
Also, I like this meeting because I know native speaking English, and I can improve this, and I think it's an important skill in this world today. I don't know more what to say.
So because Ramon, we've come to the end of the conversation. I think this is a really good time for you to share your intention. And so what we asked of everyone today is to share how you want to show up for the world. How does Ramon, what word comes to you of a way of living? What word do you want to share, whether it be love or happiness or joy or gratitude, courage for showing up here, courage for speaking? What word do you want to share that inspires you, that you want to live with intentionally for the world? Because as we shared here, we're all one and we're all feeling each other's energy. And remember, Alex shared, he he wanted success for everyone here, whatever success means to you. He wasn't saying have success the way he sees it. He wanted you to have success the way you see it. So maybe do you have a word that you want to end this call with that we can all take from you? An intention that you would like to share?
I think the word I want to share it's my favorite word in the world, that it's love.
Mm.
Do you want to share a little bit more? Can you share just a little bit more about love, what that means to you, or why you want everyone to feel that? Can you share a little bit?
I think that love is the most important feeling in the world because it's that it keeps the world together, and it is the most powerful. How to say? No, it keeps the world together, and it it's like a motivation to reach out that you want to do.
Wow. Ramon, you are so correct. And this is why we're all here together, because love embraces and surrounds the world, encompasses the world. Love will break through any barriers or negativity or chaos in the world. Love is God, and we are love. And we're all here to love one another. And what a beautiful and perfect way to not end this call, because we say this call never ends, but to end on love, which is the most important thing in the world. The universe is what starts from within ourselves, to truly love who we are, so that we can share that love with everyone and everything in our lives always, and make sure that others are feeling loved, and that they need to understand to love themselves. So that beautiful love will sweep the world, as Marla says, like a beautiful tsunami, that we do understand we are already one, and one means love. It's just so perfect.
And when you feel like you can't keep going, or you've reached a barrier in your life, just when you think you can't do it anymore, when you reach for that love that you speak of, reach for it, and you'll surprise yourself that you can break those barriers. Yes. You can go that extra mile. You can do it. Reach for that love for self. Reach for the love for humanity. You'll see you'll break all barriers. Thank you, Ramon. That was beautiful.
Wow. And we love you, Ramon. And you are family, just as everyone here or anyone that's watching this, to remind each and every one that you're never alone and never going through any challenges or struggles by yourself. That's what family is for. This is the tree of life. This is what Marla and I and you and everyone here is sharing, to remind ourselves we are loved. We are a part of a collective whole. We are all connected. And
do you ever hear the saying, I am my brother's keeper?
I am my brother's keeper.
That we are all here to love one another. Your words were beautiful, Ramon.
Yes. And what we'll do, as we always do, we're going to have everyone hold whether their phone or their computer, so we can end on this beautiful blessing, not just for everyone here, but everyone who is watching. And Marla and I just have you close your eyes and just take a beautiful deep breath in. So we're all present and here together. First and foremost, that you all receive blessings of health and love and kindness and courage and love and everything each and every one of you needs in your life right now to fill up your beautiful hearts and souls with unconditional love, which will allow you to fully heal, which will allow you to continue to help so many more brothers and sisters heal, which will unify all mankind and bring us back together as one. So we should all see heaven on earth as it is here now, and see your true purpose in life and be your authentic self. Oh, thank you all of our beautiful brothers and sisters that are here with us. And we are grateful. We love you and are always sending each and every one of you blessings and intentions of gratitude, light, and love from Marla and I to you and your families and to all of our brothers and sisters around the world. We love you, we love you, we love you. We honor you, we honor you, we honor you. And we will see you Wednesday evening or Thursday morning, wherever you are in the world. And thank you for all of you spreading all of this light and love around the world. And visit our website of treeoflifemovement.com or the YouTube page of Tree of Life Movement to continue to practice your English skills and listen to all of the beautiful interviews and just listening and setting that life of intention and knowing we're all here to help one another. We will see you guys soon. Have such a blessed day. Bye, guys. Bye, Junia, Jocelyn, Diego, Redhead,
Bye.
Dino, Eduardo,
Please,
Lila,
please
all
come
of you.
on Wednesday so you can talk.
We'll see you.
Sure, definitely.
Love you guys. Have such fun. Bye, Eduardo.
Bye, guys.